This is Magulong News and this is our news for today. American citizens protested for the death of the black American man George Floyd. Dolomite signed in Manila Bay. Is it dangerous? Prices of goods in Saudi Arabia increased because of the 15% increase in tax. Russian President Putin claims that their country already has the vaccine for the COVID-19. K-pop boy band group BTS break YouTube record because of their new song Dynamite. Former Edition and student athlete Cesar Nora, live interview later. And Los Angeles Lakers is the new 2020 NBA champions after winning Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
There have been violent scenes across the United States in response to the death of a black man, George Floyd, in police custody. Protesters have broken an overnight curfew in Minneapolis. After several nights of unrest, violent protesters have spread to at least 20 cities across America. Emmanuel Agrippa, reporting live at Minneapolis.
Minneapolis is under curfew, but the city is still burning. Outrage over the police killing of an unarmed black man has consumed people here for 4 days, with street protests but also arson and looting. The state deployed the National Guard to restore order, and local officials moved unusually quickly to charge the police officer with third-degree murder and manslaughter. He's the one on the video kneeling on the neck of George Floyd for nearly 9 minutes, while Mr. Floyd cried out again and again that he couldn't breathe and then stopped moving. The governor of Minnesota has said that he expects swift justice. But the question is whether this is already enough to stop the rage that is happening here. Manuel Agrippa reporting.
Recently, just a few days after Dolomite sand has been in Manila Bay, black sand has reportedly been spotted. Reporting live from Manila Bay, Red Sagisi.
White sand that has been put in Manila Bay is already decaying according to some netizens because it looks like the sand is already fading. Majority of the people are concerned about what are the effects that will happen to the bay, while others are trusting the government in this project.
Yun ang problema pag bumagyo, lumakas yung ulan. Sa ngayon talaga.
Maaring may kaunting maanod kasi gano'n naman talaga yun. Sa tingin ko, bago nila gawin yan, pinag-aralan nila yan.
Sana walang maging epekto sa mga marine species natin.
It is still a debate whether the Dolomite sand is good or bad as a replacement sand for the Manila Bay. If this is a small step for a better project for the Manila Bay, we are still hoping that this will not affect human lives. This is Regimila Bisagisi reporting.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has announced to triple the rate of tax to 15%. This was announced as part of the plan to save 100 billion riyals or $27 million amidst the declining oil prices. A stargazing domestic economy eliminating the effects of COVID-19. Reporting, Emmanuel Agrippa.
Is where a new way of living began.
The Saudi Crown Princess mega project NEOM was touted as the $500 billion city that would transform the kingdom. But it and another project linked to Mohammed bin Salman's Vision 2030 plan could be at risk to as part of efforts to rein the spending by about $26 billion. The kingdom's finance minister says The news measures are painful but
The
necessary.
economy in Saudi Arabia has been under a lot of stress. That's why the government withdrew $23 billion from the reserve in March. This is the largest withdrawal from the reserve ever in the history of the country.
The plan includes tripling sales tax from 5 to 15%, a tax introduced 2 years ago to reduce Saudi Arabia's reliance on oil income. But it is not enough to counter what the finance minister described as the three economic shocks from the coronavirus: the decline on oil prices, the shutdown of local economy, and extra spending on healthcare. Emmanuel Agripa reporting.
Scientists in Russia preparing vaccines for COVID-19. The president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, claims that Russia has developed a vaccine for the coronavirus. Reporting live once more, Red Sagisi.
Russian President Putin confirms that Russia already has a vaccine even though it hasn't been completed phase 3 human trials. Russia already has a rollout plan. It's ambitious and fast. To start giving the vaccine, medical personnel this month, mass production in September, and mass distribution in October. This is Red Sagisi reporting.
For our weekly weather report, this Sunday, October 25, we will be having a hazy sunshine with a high temperature of 32 degrees and a low temperature of 17 degrees. And for our Monday, October 26, we will be having a pleasant with plenty of sun with a high temperature of 32 degrees and a low temperature of 16 degrees. For our Tuesday, October 27, we will be having a hazy sunshine with a high temperature of 32 degrees and a low temperature of 16 degrees. For our Wednesday, October 28, we will be having another hazy sunshine with a high temperature of 32 degrees and a low temperature of 16 degrees. And for October 29, Thursday, we will be having sunny in the morning followed by a hazy sunshine with a high temperature of 31 degrees and a low temperature of 16 degrees. So that's for our weekly weather report. And remember that wherever you go, no matter what the weather is, always bring your own sunshine, because sunshine is delicious, rain is refreshing, wind braces us up, snow is exhilarating. There is really no such thing as bad weather, only different kinds of good weather. This is Regimila Bisagisi reporting our weekly weather reports. And always remember, weather lang.
Has this ever happened to you?
Oh my god, gross!
Well, what about this?
What is this? Sanita? It's so expensive and it's clogging up the toilet. Why would you buy this?
Oh my god, goodness. I wish there was a better solution.
Well, your days of worries are over.
Yes, for we, the Netier Choice Company, have brought you the all-in-one solution. Our very own branded No Issue Tissue. Our one and all solution to all your tissue issues.
Netoya's Choice Company. Advanced quality tissue for the modern world. Your clean, your choice.
weeks ago, the Los Angeles Lakers has won the 2020 NBA championships after a decade. Fans are happy and rejoiced that their team has finally won a championship once more. Reporting live in Los Angeles, California, Emmanuel Agripa.
The Larry O'Brien Trophy will be presented.
After a long season in the bubble, the NBA has a new champion. Los Angeles Lakers won their 6-17 championship along with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The season resumed after the NBA decided to bring back the season after the pandemic. And now the Lakers is once again a champion after 10 years. This is a very legendary moment for the Lakers since Kobe Bryant passed away, and this title is dedicated for him. At the end of a strange and heartbreaking season and the most longest NBA season ever because of the pandemic, LeBron James won his fourth championship. He notched a triple-double in Game 6 with 28 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists. He is crowned as the Finals MVP for the fourth time in his career. This championship is legendary because it is for the legend Kobe Bryant, who passed away earlier this year. Manuel Agripa reporting.
The BTS army is one of the biggest fan base in the world, but BTS and their fans has once again made history by shattering world records. Here is me reporting. BTS has just recently dropped their new single Dynamite, which was definitely one of the most highly anticipated songs of this year. It is BTS's first single sang completely in English, and fans seriously couldn't wait for the song to be released.
Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Min Yoongi, Jung Hwa-suk, Park Ji-won, Kim Tae-yeon, Jung Jungkook, BTS!
The music video kept things light and happy, with bright and colorful scenes, epic dance numbers, and with the members fitted in retro disco-inspired looks. Seriously, I couldn't stop smiling myself while watching the video. So it seems like they have achieved their goal of spreading joy with this one. And just how excited were ARMY about the Dynamite drop, you might ask? Within a matter of minutes of the song premiering, the Dynamite music video had crushed the record for the biggest premiere in YouTube history, leaving the previous record of millions of views behind them. If you were to ask how many views was it when it had premiered, it was about 3 million, and once you refreshed it yourself, it was around 4 million. Now that would make this the biggest YouTube premiere yet. This is Ryan Jumaani reporting.
2 months till December, it is already PISAM. PISAM is the meeting of Philippine schools to compete through sports. Because of the pandemic we are facing today, it is still questionable if there is going to be a 7th PISAM. Here is former Addition athlete Cesar Ramos Nora to be interviewed about his experiences in PISAM. Good afternoon, Cesar.
Good afternoon, Ali, and to the people that are watching.
How are you doing during this pandemic?
It's pretty much good here, and as expected, I'm at my home right now, and I can't really go out because there's a typhoon.
We are also experiencing the same here, but it's almost back to normal. But Cesar, how was your experience when you were still playing for Aldana?
To be honest, it was some of the best moments in my life. While we weren't the most successful in tournaments like PISAM, I could say that we were the group that had the most fun, win or lose. And for someone like me who loves sports so much and I am just naturally competitive, it was really an enjoyable experience competing with other athletes while carrying the Addis name.
How was PISAM when you first got there during the 4th PISAM?
Although I started playing sports when I was in elementary, I only got to compete when I was in the 8th grade. It was also the second year that Addis joined PISAM. While I knew at the time there was a big chance that I was going to be one of the chosen athletes, it sort of gave me a go signal to improve myself. Because during that PISAM, I learned it the hard way that my skills weren't enough to compete with the other athletes.
What do you think is the difference now that you are an athlete in the Philippines?
To be honest, at first, I was really nervous. I was not used to being around people from other schools, and it was my first time competing for ADES. But after that first day, I somewhat got used to it because it was a new and enjoyable experience for me. I got to meet and play with a lot of new people, I got to spend time with my teammates, and I even formed bonds with the other ADES delegates. I could safely say that the ADES community really helped take away my doubts and nervousness at the time.
Thank you, Cesar, for being here. Sadiq Ali, report. Thank you, everyone. Those are our news today. I am Muhammad Sadiq Ali.
And I am Ryan Jumaani.
This is Magulong News.